Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I have exactly 7 here. It's because I wore a lot of really long-lasting fragrances, so I really wasn't able to wear like multiple fragrances in a day. But anyways, I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start with the full bottles because I have 3 new full bottles that I've added to my collection. One came from my beautiful friend Tatiana, and then 2 of them are from my sweet husband who picked them up for me for Christmas. We like ordered each other's gifts, and then as soon as they came, we just gave them to each other because, why not? Anyways, I'm going to start with one of the ones that I asked for and that he got me. This is Lancome Iris Absolute L'Eau de Parfum. I have been wanting this. I started hearing about this, I don't know. Actually, no, I don't know where I came across this. I came across this online somewhere, and I didn't even realize that there was a Livia Belle with iris in it. And as soon as I saw that it was a thing, that it existed, I wanted it because oh my gosh, I love iris, and this is beautiful. I will say I don't think that this is going to be for everyone. This does have a slightly mature smell to it. It's beautiful. It smells like Livia Belle, but it's got a really, really dense, powdery iris/orris root kind of scent. It's not a fluffy iris. It's a dense iris, and it has to be a dense iris because there would be no way for it to be able to compete with the Livia Belle scent profile, which is such a strong, dense fragrance on its own, such a strong, sweet, dense fragrance on its own, that the iris has to be it's got to be a very strong, dense iris in order to even compete with this. And it is stunning. You get a ton of the iris when you very first spray this one on. It's really, really iris heavy. And then the iris, I will say it kind of starts to blend into after about, I would say, between 20 and 30 minutes. And I have worn this twice now, so I have a really good feeling for it. But after about, I would say 20 to 30 minutes, look at this bottle too. It's so stunning. Thank you so, so much to the person that helped me with my camera settings. I just feel like these settings, it makes me feel like you guys are going to feel like I'm in the room with you. These camera settings are just incredible. So thank you so much again to the kind sir who set me straight on what to do with these camera settings, because look how gorgeous this bottle is. You can just see it clear as day. There's no zooming necessary. It's just like I'm sitting here showing you this bottle, and I love it. I love the little, I don't know, whatever these little fabric things are. They're like a sparkly peach, and they're so cute. I absolutely love this ribbed bottle. I love everything about it. But anyways, back to the fragrance. So I would say for maybe the first 20 to 30 minutes, you get a really, really strong, dense, powdery iris. After about 20 to 30 minutes, the typical or the regular, I would say, Livia Belle scent profile really starts to come out. The iris is still there. Do not get me wrong. You never lose the iris throughout the entire wear time of this. It does kind of soften though. It morphs into the Livia Belle scent profile that we all know and love. Well, some people don't love it. I don't love the original. I really do. I love it for what it is. I don't love to wear the original on its a ton. I do have the B-layered dupe of the original. I also have like a mini of the original, and I'll wear it occasionally. I have to really be in the mood for it though. This one, I don't know, there's something about the iris and how strong the iris is, because I was really worried that this one was just gonna dry down to smell like the typical Livia Belle, but that's just not the case. It does, but it doesn't. Like you can smell the Livia Belle scent profile in there, but there's always a really strong powdery dense iris that never goes away. It is stunning. I love this fragrance. I think it's a really gorgeous version of La Vie Belle. If you are an iris lover and you like La Vie Belle, you can't go wrong with this. I think you would really like it. I think it's stunning. I'm so excited to have it in my collection. So that is Lancome La Vie Belle Iris Absolue. Okay, next, I will never, like, I can't even believe Tatiana sent this to me, but I am obsessed. It's literally all I want to wear. All I want to wear. Okay, so she sent me one of her vintage bottles of Angel. This, I forget, I think she said this is from 2003, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is one of the refill bottles. And I absolutely adore it. You can see it's got the twist top, which oh my gosh, it is so, you guys, there is just nothing like the original formulation of Angel. There's just nothing like it. It is incredible. One of the ways that you can tell if it's the original formulation, it has the whole name on it, which is Terry Mugler. I think that's how you say it, Terry Mugler. And it's on the box as well. I'm pretty sure the new formulations just say Mugler on them. You can see this liquid. Same with my mini, the liquid, which my mini is the original formulation. The liquid does kind of start to turn like a greenish color. This is still just as fresh as, it's just as fresh as it's ever been. It still smells perfect. This thing is an absolute monster. It's everything that I remember from my teenage years. It is just perfection. It smells amazing on my skin. I love it. I have been having to force myself to wear other fragrances besides this and my Angel Liqueur because they're literally the only fragrances that I want to wear right now. If I were not a fragrance YouTuber, I would be living in these. I would probably be ignoring all of my other fragrances for the rest of the winter. And I would probably like this and my Angel Liqueur would be just my signature for the entire winter, which is what I did like back in 2015, I think it was, with Decadence, Replica by the Fireplace, and Nirvana Bourbon. I pretty much, I think it was 2015, 2016. I think it was I can't remember. It was somewhere in there. That entire winter, I like ignored every other fragrance in my collection. And I wore those 3 fragrances exclusively because I was just like obsessed. Okay, moving right along. I wore this one. I knew I wanted to give this one a good wear test because I haven't worn this for years and years. This is the Dua Dark Chocolate Rum and Vanilla. This is the clone of Guerlain Gourmand Coquine. I'm so glad I have this. For the first couple years that I had this, I wasn't super impressed with it. It was really, really light. It didn't last very long on my skin. And yes, it smelled like Gourmand Coquine, but it just didn't have the depth that the real fragrance has. I am very happy to say it's years later. I've had this for probably, oh my gosh, at least 5 years now, maybe even longer. And this smells just almost identical to Gourmand Coquine. Gourmand Coquine has always had like a very slightly animalic quality to it. In the same way that the Tom Ford Vanilla Sex fragrance has like a slightly animalic quality to it, this is the same. It's there's nothing animalic in it, but there's something, I don't know if it's like if this has like some kind of a cacao pod note in it that is just very almost earthy smelling that gives it that slight animalic quality. But I do remember that about Gourmand Coquine as well, and this now has that same quality. So this is so similar to Gourmand Coquine. This thing lasts forever now too. I can get a good like 7-8 hours out of this fragrance. And that's like being able to actively smell it. I could still smell this on my skin 12, 14 hours later. It's very, very long lasting. Now, it took 5 years to get there. It did take a very long time for this one to age to the point that it really, really smells like the Guerlain. Wearing this, you wouldn't even know that you are wearing a cologne. It's like so Guerlain. This also does have a slight powderiness to it now, and it's almost like the chocolate in it is powdery. It's got a really perfumey quality to it. If you've ever smelled Gourmand Coquine, you know what I'm talking about. It's beautiful. I'm so glad I have this. I am perfectly happy with this, and this makes me really not care about having the original. I went through a big decant. I had, I think, a 5 ml decant of Gourmand Coquine years ago, like long before I got this. And I will never forget, because I had already gone through that. I had already gone through that decant by the time my beautiful fragrance friend Jennifer Latafa, she used to have a fragrance channel on here. I don't think she's doing it anymore. But anyways, I remember she messaged me one day and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I think it was Saks or Bergdorf Goodman, one of those one of those luxury, maybe it was Neiman Marcus. One of those luxury websites had Gourmand Coquine like on super sale. I think it was right before they were getting ready to discontinue it. And I was like, I don't feel like I need a whole bottle. Like, I had just finished up the big decant. And I think she got a bottle of Gourmand Coquine for like $160 or maybe $180. Like, she got an insane deal on it. And I always regretted not picking it up. But now that this one has aged so well and is so beautiful, I don't regret it anymore. But anyways, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going on and on about this. This is dark chocolate, rum, and vanilla from Dua, which is a clone of Guerlain Gourmand Coquine. Okay, and then I wore all of these. These are all my genre scents that beautiful Loreve sent over to me recently. I've been working through these. The other two, I think are, I still have Black Apple to wear, which I can't wait to wear this one, but this one's probably, I need to wait for it to get cold again, because I wouldn't say we're having a heat wave, but it's warmer than it's been. And then I also have Pineapple Passion, and this one is gorgeous. This one, though, I will probably wait for spring, because this isn't a winter scent. Oh my gosh, but it is so good. This one smells so amazing. Anyways, so let's go through the ones that I wore. I wore Fairy Dust, which, where's my card from her? I'll have it on the screen what it's a dupe for. I can't remember, and I think I've already tucked her card away. It's a dupe for Narcotica, maybe it's Narcotica Fairy Dust or Narcotica Fairy something. This is beautiful. This is like a yummy gourmand. It's not like super unlike the Caramello Grande, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. This is Bianco Latte. It's not super unlike that one. This one has a little bit more citrus in the top. If I remember correctly, I don't even remember what the notes in this are. It's really, really beautiful. It's just very slightly perfumey. I would say this is a true gourmand, but it's very slightly perfumey. So there's a tiny bit of like an inedible quality to it, but it's still perfumey and beautiful. It actually reminds me of like a really updated, I almost get like an angel vibe from this. Like a tiny little bit of an angel, like of a Mugler angel vibe from this. But like I don't know, it's hard for me to explain, but that's what I get from it. I love this. I will tell you, every single one of these genre fragrances that I tested were 24-hour fragrances. Like I usually spray my perfume on at about 10 o'clock in the morning. I was able to smell every single one of these until I took a shower the next day. This is why I was not able, you guys can see I wore very heavy hitter perfumes, which is why I was never able to wear anything else, because every single one of these lasted until I washed it off again, or until I washed it off the next day. Fairy Dust is absolutely stunning. Genre is, I mean, these gourmands they are killing it. I love them. Okay, the second one I tested is this one here called Lavan, and this is a dupe of the Guerlain Spiced Extrait 21, or the Guerlain Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21, I think is what the real one is called. I do have a full bottle of the Dua dupe of it. This is incredible. It is every bit as good as the Dua one. This one, I think this one is way cheaper than the Dua one. So if you love that fragrance and you want a bottle, I 100% recommend the Genre. It's cheaper. I know that the ordering process is a little bit difficult, but most of you guys have it figured out. I'm the only one that hasn't been able to get on board with it yet. But this one is so good. And if you already order from Genre, I recommend this one so much. It is very, very long lasting. It smells just like the Dua dupe. And it's so good. I love this one. So anyways, that is Genre Parfums Lavan, which is a dupe of the Guerlain Vanilla Planifolia Extrait 21, I think is what it's called. Okay, Caramello Grande. This is a dupe of Bianco Latte, which is such a massively viral fragrance. I don't know how this one compares to the Dua dupe of it because I've never been able to get my nose on the Dua dupe. It is always sold out. This is amazing. I love this one. This one is so incredibly long lasting. I've heard mixed things about the real Bianco Latte. I've smelled, like I had a sample of Bianco Latte at one point. I think I may have worn through it. I love it. I think it's beautiful, amazing, yummy gourmand. Do I think it's anything super groundbreaking? No. Do I think it's necessarily worth the price tag of a niche gourmand? No. Especially not when there are clones on the market that are so stinking good. This is another one that I think is cheaper even than the Dua one. So this is one that I would definitely get from Genre. It is so yummy. It's so long lasting. It's such a sweet, delicious, creamy, yummy, completely edible gourmand. And this lasted for 24 hours on my skin. I could smell this until I washed it off the next day. It is so yummy. I love this one. This is one that I would 100% want a full bottle of. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So that is Caramello Grande, which is such a good dupe of Bianco Latte. And then the last one I wore is this one here called Entury More. Oh my gosh, this one is so good. This is a dupe of the House of Sillage, the second Minnie Mouse fragrance that they came out with. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that has the purple, I think it's a purple bow on top instead of the red. This one is so yummy. This one I'm gonna put away again until summertime. This is a very, very shampoo-y smelling fragrance to me. This one is really, really sweet. It's got a lot of berries in it. I can't remember what else this has in it. It reminds me a little bit of Michel Germain Sugarful. It's got that same really, really crisp, sweet, candy-like scent to it. It's yummy, but this has a cleanliness to it that the Sugarful doesn't have. It's got like this shampoo-y, sweet shampoo-y cleanliness to it. This one went very, very shampoo-y on my skin. Maybe the most shampoo-y fragrance I've ever worn, ever, which is crazy. I was fully expecting like a sweet candy-like gourmand, and though it did smell very sweet and candy-like on my skin, this one didn't go gourmand on me. This one went very, very clean and shampoo-y. Smelling it out of the bottle, though, it does smell very similar to Michel Germain Sugarful. But this is way, way like stronger, more dense, more, way, and though I do get a ton of time out of Sugarful, don't get me wrong, that fragrance lasts really long on me. This one was insane. This is the strongest of all of the fragrances that I wore from Genre this week. This one was just like, wow. It was so strong and long lasting, like the entire 24 hours that I had it on my skin, or close to 24 hours. Because I'm like lazy, so I'm not a morning person, so it takes me like a good long time to get moving in the mornings. So I usually spray my perfume on by about 10. And then, it's like we do it all over again. I wake up and it takes me a couple of hours to like drink my coffee and get myself going. So by the time I get ready and spray my perfume on again, it's been like 24 hours. But anyways, yeah, really, really beautiful. If you like the House of Sillage one, I think you would love this. I haven't smelled the House of Sillage, so I can't say if it's like a really good dupe or not, but I have a feeling that it is, because their dupe of Minnie Mouse is incredible. It's like really, really, it's a really good dupe. So anyways, that one is called Entury More, and I just love this one. It's so clean and sweet and shampooy on my skin, and I can't wait for warm weather, because I think this is just going to be so good in warm weather. But anyways, you guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.